Hey everybody, Scott Fortunoff here, president of Henry Glass Fabrics. Today I'm here to show you the lines that ship in February 2022. So here goes. This first line is called Salt and Sea. This one is by Andrea Teixeira in this nice watercolor feel, which is very fitting. These are running blocks. I'm guessing they're 9x9 or 10x10. And then we have the nice selvage, which has a little sea turtle on it. And then we move over to the group. So the group here, we start out with this nice stripe, and it has all the elements in there. And again, it's very subtle, kind of watercolor feel, really nice and summery, or beach house, or whatever it is. So here you have these nice rows, and you can see the little sea turtles, the shells, sea turtles again, more shells, and it keeps repeating. And then we move on here. We have the coral on the blue and the green, nice little blender. We have the packed seashells, a nice stripe, underwater colors, very subtle seashells all under there, and starfish, and little coral in the background. And then here we have sea urchins and seashells on the darker blue. Then we have it on the nice soft white. And then we move back to the blue with the sea turtles, some shells, and then we have it on the very light blue ground. So that is Salt and Sea by Andrea Teixeira for Henry Glass Fabrics. The next February shipping collection for Henry Glass Fabrics is Country Fresh from Jessica Mundo. As you can see here, we start out with a 24-inch panel. And we always do well with red and black and white. Sometimes we add some gray in. It always does well. We also do really well with farm lines. And now where people, are a lot more conscious about what they're eating, they do want farm fresh and organic. So here you have that all captured here. These nice blocks, you could cut them out or just use them like this. And then let me just point out the cute little selvage with the little cows. And then let's move on to all the coordinates that build up to make the group. So here we have a nice stripe, which says Farm Fresh and Delicious, Farmer's Market, and then it has the silhouettes of the animals with the barbed wire in the background, or the chicken wire, and then the vegetables. And then you go into this nice plaid, which we have over here, but we also have the silhouettes of the roosters. We have the cows with little decorative designs in their bodies. The vegetables, or the veg, as some like to call them. We do the black and white, and then we do the red. And then we move on to the chicken wire. So this is the black and white. This is white on white, which I know is always hard to see, but maybe Marcus could get it at the right angle for you. And then we move on to some seeds, that little check, always nice picnic table. And then we have this grate all over with the little blocks or boxes or squares, rectangles with different motifs inside them, bordered by red, quarter, 60 cents, 5 cents prices. We have a skew with all the prices. We have the animals packed on top of each other over the chicken wire background, and then we have the fruits to finish it off. So that is Country Fresh by Jessica Mundo. The next February shipping collection from Henry Glass Fabrics is called One Nation, and this one is also by Jessica Mundo. So let's start over here. We start out with a 24-inch panel, One Nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Nice little stripes, little stars, and then really cool selvage down here on the bottom. And as you probably know, we could only do 18 different colors, so that's what you got there. So then we have this great American flag with every state capital. Very cool. I'm in charge of checking all the grammar and everything, so I did check this several times, and there were a few errors, but they're all fixed, and every state and capital should be represented. So let's move on. So now we have the coordinates that make up the group. We have the fireworks on the white ground and the blue. We have the Liberty Bell here. We have stars on the blue with the blotch. We have them on the white. We have the flowing flags, some firework type motifs, and it says Land of the Free, established 1776. Then we have a nice red and white stripe. We have each state, which is the shape of the state and the state name on that as well. And then we move over to the eagle print with the background of exploding fireworks and stars. And then we finish it out here with this all over of that contains both the flags, some fireworks, and the map of the United States that just says the land that I love. So that is One Nation by Jessica Mundo. Next up for February shipping for Henry Glass Fabrics is Kittens in the Garden by Bob Giordano. So let's start out here. This is a 36-inch panel. You can see it has a nice cutting line down here with these great blocks that you could either cut out or you could use it as a panel as is. The background is this coordinate that we have over here that I'll show you later, but it says kitty cat and 9 lives, and it's very sweet. And then you have the nice plaid on the border. And then we move over to a 24-inch panel, and you can see also it's got these little dots on it for the cutting. And we have this adorable little selvage of all these different color cats. And then here's the great panel. So it's so very, very realistic. If you're a cat person, this is all you. And then it mixes in the little different seed packs in there. So a little twist on a cat line. So now let's move to the supporting cast. We have this great all over with the kittens in the garden, enjoying taking it all in, whether it's the flowers, the butterflies, or the gardening tools and such. So then we move on to a tiny print of the cats with little butterflies and, again, the little different seed packs and different gardening items. And then we move to the stripe. And again, look at how cute that selvage is. Really adorable. So the stripe has that nice subtle background, and it's just very photoreal, cats playing around and just enjoying the garden. So that's really what it is, and the title captures it all. So here we go. That background pattern, they put some little bubbles of cats on it. Really kind of neat effect. It almost looks like a photograph on top of a simple fabric design. And then we have the kittens in the garden, the small print, and then we have that background again, so you could tie it all together, and the lovely plaid. So that's Kittens in the Garden by Bob Giordano. The next line is Blast Off into Space by Kate Maudsley. And of course, it's a line with space shuttles and aircrafts and things like that, planets. But we start off here with the 24-inch panel on the black ground. It looks great, really nice. And then let's see what the coordinates bring. So here we have this stripe with these little fun aliens. They even have dogs, star print, the different planets, rockets, and then astronauts. And then we repeat. And then we go to a blue ground with the different planets. We go to a black ground with the shooting stars, really fun. And then we have the UFOs on the light blue ground. And then we have these blocks or rectangles or squares with different motifs inside that could be cut out or used as is. And then we round it off with the all over aliens, the aliens on the planets, the black ground with the UFOs and the space shuttles, and then the astronauts on the blue. So that's Blast Off in Space by Kate Maudsley. The next February shipping line for Henry Glass Fabrics is Misty Morning by Barb Tortolo. And it's really a simple kind of line. It's all about the color and beautiful florals and geometrics. So as you could see, Marcus is showing you the flowers are very yellow, and we have some black and gray. And it really just makes for a great combination. We've seen this before and we know it works, but here you have these little yellow leaves on the black ground, and then we have these vibrant yellow flowers on the black ground, a little scroll, or like you could call these leaves, and then we have it again on the black, and then we have a little geometric, some circles that are cut up into different shapes, nice stripe, some more little branches, a beautiful gray rose, and then we also have it with yellow, and then we have it gray on black. So we did that in 3 colorways, and then we finish with the stripe that's just like the gray one. So that is Misty Morning by Barb Tortolo for Henry Glass Fabrics. Hey everybody, good afternoon. Scott Fortunoff here, president of Studio E Fabrics. Today I'm going to show you the February shipping collections, and I'm going to start off here with the first line called Under Construction by the pattern Peacock. And this one starts right out with a 36-inch panel. I feel like the majority of our panels are 24 inches, but this one is 36, which is fun. And it's also nice if you just wanted to make a quilt for a little boy. You could put something on the back and maybe add a little bit of borders. But really fun, construction vehicles doing their thing, excavating and constructing and deconstructing. So then let's go down to here. So then you have a nice stripe with the words slow, detour, stop, and then you have the bulldozers and the trucks, and then some more of those vehicles, cement trucks, some signage and some little barricades and things like that. And then we move on to these, what I call blocks. They're different shapes, sometimes rectangles, sometimes squares, but they have little things inside. This one is a wrecking ball crane, front end loader. So what's nice about this, it's really a teaching moment. So if you want your kid to be into heavy construction, this would be a good line to teach them. You got mini cranes, dump trucks, bulldozers. I should have read that before I looked at the line, and then I could have been more fluid about what I was talking about. So moving on, under construction, I have all the tools, saws, hammers, screwdrivers, bolts, nails, then the construction trucks again, the excavators, bulldozers. These look like garbage trucks or dump trucks. And then you have these helmets there for safety. Can't forget safety. More bulldozers, more of the dump trucks with the safety helmets. And then here we have wheelbarrows filled with, stuff. And then a shovel in a little like sandbox that's going to shovel, and then we have bolts, a nice stripe on orange, and then these great bricks. So really nice line here, under construction by the pattern Peacock. The next February shipping line for Studio E Fabrics is called Off the Leash, and you could see it right here. And this one is by Kathleen Hill. Kathleen Hill typically in the past did horse lines, and now she's moved on to realistic dog lines. So I think she captures it really well here with these blocks. Really adorable. That kind of looks like my dog. And then you have the little background with the footprints and the dog bones. So here's the selvage, really cool, just paw prints, but nice and colorful and fun. And then here you have a 24-inch panel, which is nice because if this is your dog, you could cut him out or leave it as is or use this piece only, but very functional. Lots of nice ways to do this, especially if one of these are your dogs. So moving on, we have these offset blocks or squares, rectangles, whatever you want to call them, with all different dog motifs inside. Again, you could use it as the entire piece, or you could cut out the dogs that you want. And then we move on to a stripe, which has the silhouettes of the dogs, or the sketches on the paw prints, and then the dog bones, a nice plaid, the hearts with the dog faces, a little belt, and then it keeps repeating. And then we move on here with little doggy motifs, including the bones, the tennis balls, the hamburger, I guess. My dog doesn't eat that, but maybe yours does. Dog bones, leashes, and then the heart print again, with the paws in the background and little dog faces within the hearts. And then this is the sketch in like a creamy color with brown, really nice, nicely done. And then some fun hearts, and then the plaid that ties into the stripe, and then those paw prints again, very subtle monotone, and then we wind it down with the dog bones. So that's Off the Leash, and it's by Kathleen Hill. The next February line is Seize the Day by Diane Eichler, who's been a designer for Studio E for a really long time. So we start out here with these blocks, and I'm assuming they're 9x9 or 10x10, and they have cute little sayings. You could use it as running yardage, or you could cut them out and place them as you wish. Let's check out the cute selvage here. It has a little either shark or a whale, but a little fish. And then let's move into the line. What I love about this line is the colors. The colors are really bright and cheery and fun and happy. Any kid would smile just seeing this. These colors are vibrant, and especially the skews on the white ground. Those look really nice and sharp and pop. Those are more over there, which we'll get into. So here we go with the stripe, and we start with the seahorses, octopus, octopi, octopum, fish, a whale, crab, sea anemone, seahorses, octopus, and then we repeat. And then we go here, we have, let's call them little bubbles or frames, circles with the different motifs inside, whether it's a fish, a seahorse, a crab. Then we did the crab all over, alone on the blue ground. And then we have a toss of all the different fish living in harmony. And then we have the starfish and a little flower. And then we move on to some shells on a blue ground with little dots. And then you have these decorative seahorses whales, sea anemone again, purple on the yellow. And then this is the part that I love, really just primary, old school, really pop in your face, a nice stripe. I guess these look like umbrellas or sea urchins, depends how you want to look at them. From the sky, they look like colorful umbrellas at the beach. And then we have anchors, and then we round it off with the fish. So that Seize the Day by Dan Eichler for Studio E Fabrics. I now want to show you the only 108 collection that we have shipping in February, which is from Studio E Fabrics. It's called Geofloral. And here you have this fun floral that we did in a bunch of different combinations. And Marcus, if you just stay there, I will move the fabric. So here we have the black, red, and white version. And then we'll call this the multi version with black and gray. And then we have the white ground version with black and gray. And then we did a blue on blue on blue. And then we finish off with the white version with gray and the primary colors. So those are the 5 colors of Geofloral 108 for Studio E Fabrics. We sell these to our quilt shops in 18-yard bolts. These were produced in Pakistan. They feel great, and I hope to see them in a lot of quilts. Hey everyone, this is Scott Fortunoff here. Good afternoon, President of the Blank Quilting Corporation. Today I'm here to show you the February 2022 shipping collections, and the first one is called You Grow Girl by Jen Bukeli. And this is kind of like a COVID sort of line in that a lot of people were home more, taking up hobbies, whether it's quilting, sewing, knitting, planting, growing things, and this is very relevant now. So lots of people are into their plants, their cactuses, all their different plants. I'm not going to try to name them all because that is not a strong suit for me. So we start out with this 36-inch panel, which is really fun. Kind of just picture that, walking into that person's house and seeing all their plants just pop and really be the feature of the house. So that's really awesome here. Great variety of plants, really nice. So let's move on, and it's really just all about the plants. So here we have cacti, cactus, more different plants on a pink ground with little squares and rectangles in the background. Lots of different hanging plants on the black ground, plants in pots. And then we have the water pots to water the plants. And then we have more of the plants on the white ground. And then we have this little shape here that is really supposed to be the floor of this house. And it's a nice little coordinate there. And then you have these nice large fronds or palm leaves or something like that. But they're beautiful. And this is You Grow Girl for Blank Quilting by Jen Bukeli. The next Blank Quilting February shipping collection is called Commotion in the Ocean. And it is by Patty Rybold. And here we start out with a 24-inch panel. And just great large fish, fun, cute, cartoony looking a little bit, but not too scary. We have a nice little mermaid over here, and then a narwhal and different little sea creatures down at the bottom. And then if we can, just want to show you the selvage, great little crabs. And then we have a book panel. These always do really nicely for us. So it's Counting with Me, Under the Sea. We always try to have some sort of teaching moment with these books. So, your customers or you could read with your grandchild or baby or whomever, and they could actually learn and also maybe put together the book too. So they could learn quilting and they could learn counting at the same time. So here we move on to the supporting cast. We have these mermaids on this wavy blue ground with the little red fish. We did the crabs, and then we did the wave all alone to have some rest. We have little submarines and some little underwater plants, different kinds of sharks, a little hammerhead and not hammerhead. And then we have a blue ground with all the characters, all the underwater characters together, living in harmony. Again, same sort of thing again, but this one has more of the squid and the octopus in there, jellyfish, and this green octopus really kind of makes the whole thing pop. Well, there's even a snail there. So lots to look at here, and you could go through there. So here, again, we have the jellyfish, and they look like little Pac-Men, starfish, and then we go to the white grounds with this kind of pastel-y array of prints that round out the line. So you have a nice coral, little seahorses, and then different little fish, and this is a directional print. So that's Commotion in the Ocean, and that is by Patty Rybolt for Blank Quilting. The next line from Blank Quilting for February shipping is going to take us down under. This one is called Aussie Friends by Victoria Barnes. And here we start out with these running blocks. So these will keep repeating, and it has the koala, the kangaroo, a bird that we're uncertain of, but it should be Australian, a wombat, koala, all those fun guys. And you know what? These lines are nice for the United States too. Yes, they're great for Australia and where these animals are more prevalent. But you know, people like to see these animals. People like to make stuff with different sort of animals. It doesn't have to be the animal that's in your backyard. It could be any animal. So here we have this beautiful flowers on a black ground, and you could see how those are tied in here with this all over with the kangaroos and the wombat and the bird. And then these fun kind of, let's call them explosions, maybe explosions of flowers, which are all over. So they must be flowers. So here they are. But again, and all over on a yellowish ground with all the animals, the kangaroo on a green ground with some little plants in the back, the koala on the tree, the larger koala on the tree with the different little flowers, the wombat all over with a little plant in the background, and then that Australian bird. So that is Aussie Friends, and that is by Victoria Barnes. The next February shipping collection for the Blank Quilting Corporation is Pansy Prose by David Galchett. And it is just that, pansy prose. Pansies are everywhere, and beautiful bugs and butterflies. So here we start off with this 24-inch panel with this beautiful pansy in the center, and a ladybug is about to move in. And let's see what the selvage looks like. Just kind of blobs, but different than normal. Usually they have numbers in them. So all right, let's get into the collection. So here we have the pansy all over. We have this lovely yellow ground with this fun little flower on top of it. And it has a subtle design in the background, which feels so nice. And then here's like a close-up of the pansy. And then here we have some beautiful butterflies on a nice lavender ground with silhouettes in the background, sketches of flowers. And then we have beautiful butterflies on a similar ground. It's blue, more blue, with those sketches of flowers in the background. Smaller pansies, tiny little flowers again, the little ladybug on the green, two different coordinates, this nice fuchsia color, and then this nice purple with the nice sketch, and then we have sort of a chevron or a stripe to round out the group. So that is Pansy Prose by David Galchett. The next February shipping collection from the Blank Quilting Corporation is National Emblems by Rusty Rush. And we start out here with a 24-inch horizontal panel of the beautiful American flag and this great eagle and some little flowers surrounding. A fun selvage here of the eagle with his wings splayed. And then here this is a 36-inch panel with these different sized blocks that could be cut out or used as is with a lot of important Americana motifs. And then you have this nice striping here with the words, let's see, and proud independence of this great bird aptly symbolizes the strength and freedom of America. And then moving on to the supporting cast. So we have these blocks, rectangles, squares filled with different motifs that you could cut out, use like that, or just use it as an all-over as you wish. Then we have an all-over toss of the different birds, Americana motifs again, and the sky in the background. And then we have the stripe with those independence words related to the eagle. And then we have the flags. And then we have the eagles all over on the blue sky. Some of them are fighting, some are just flying. And then we round out the collection with a blue ground star and a red ground star and these great skylines. I know we have a lot of customers always asking in like Arizona and New Mexico for something great like this, really just colorful sky that exists there. So this is a beautiful line representing our great country. This is National Emblem by Rusty Rush. So take care. Scott Fortunoff signing off. Bye.